You turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. This time we got out from underneath the rows of trees.
What is up, guys? Levi Peterson here, back at it with another video. Today we are getting another new fish. Yes, I know. I'm getting a snowflake eel for my brackish tank back here, and it's about 12 inches, so it should do fine in there, and they are very flexible. So don't get all crazy with me and saying it's way too small of a tank, because it's really not. It should do fine in there for a little while. I will eventually get a bigger tank, so don't panic or just don't, okay? And so I am not working today. We're going to head into my store and get the eel and bring him home. So we're going to go ahead and get on the road. Alright guys, we're at Northside Aquatics. We're going to head up these stairs. It's a long trek, and I am getting a freshwater moray eel today. It's actually not freshwater, it's brackish to marine water. But it was caught in freshwater, so they call it freshwater, and I'm just not going to go into all that. So we're going to go ahead and go get a look at him, and we're going to get him. Alright guys, my bad. I got into the store and got really excited, and I forgot to video all the fish I got. I've got more than the eel, actually. I ended up getting a really cool killifish, a clown pleco. What else is in there? I got a lot of feeder shrimp, which are ghost shrimp, and then there's a few feeder guppies that made it into the bag when I took the big scoop out of the feeder fish tank. So all the feeders are going to go in the brackish tank, and don't worry, the guppies are able to maintain brackish environments. In fact, they actually, in reality, should have a brackish environment, but they are totally fine in freshwater. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the minnows in and everything and all the shrimp. And we do have the eel. So the eel is actually around 12 inches long, but if you actually look at it just right, it's going to be fine in this 29 for right now. So I'm going to have to make sure all the holes are covered. I'll do that after I get him acclimated, because he's been in the bag for about 5 hours now. So we're going to get him out as quickly as possible, and we will go from there. Alright guys, so we got the eel right here. I will try to give you guys a close-up look. It's kind of hard to see because he's been in this bag for a long time. So I'd really like to get this guy out of here. And as you see, I'm dumping him in this pink bucket right here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because he was held in a system tank in a freshwater tank. So he was in a freshwater system, and he's going into a brackish system. So we need to acclimate him to a brackish system. So now what I'm going to do here is we're going to get him out of this bag as quickly as possible here. And we're going to slowly scoop out water from my brackish tank into this to help him acclimate to this new tank. So here he comes. And there is a freshwater moray eel. Now this thing is pretty wicked. It will eat just about anything that will fit in its mouth, and they are escape artists, so that's going to be really fun. I taped all the small openings, so we should be good to go. So I'm going to get this guy started to get him acclimated here, and what I'm going to do is I just have a simple cup, and it's going to be a quick acclimation, simply because these guys in the wild are used to like jumping in between salt water and fresh water all the time. So we're going to put 5 cups in here, and they should be just about fine. And the salinity in this is about 1.010. That's 4. And then we'll go with the 5th dump. And there we go. We are going to be all set for this guy. Let him sit in there for a couple seconds. And then right here, I have a load of feeding stuff, which is, there's guppies, shrimp, loads of stuff in here that's going to go in this tank to be eaten by this guy. And I don't usually like to do live stuff simply because these may have disease. I tried to pick really healthy ones. Eventually I'm just going to start feeding this guy silver sides, which will work just fine for him. And as you can see him, he is a beautiful eel. They do have teeth though, so I will have to be careful. We're going to grab the net here, and we're going to try to get him in this tank. Should be good. So we're going to go ahead and add them to the tank. So if you want to back up here, Ty, I'm going to try to scoop them out and lift this bucket up here. I'm going to get them in here. And there he is. The freshwater moray eel. So I do have some rock structure. Eventually I may add more rock structure into this tank because obviously he's trying to hide under this little piece of driftwood and he's moving it around. It's kind of funny. We're going to let him acclimate for a little bit and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and acclimate these guys and we'll be back in probably about an hour or so and show you guys how he's doing. While I'm at it, I'm going to show you guys these other fish that I got, which got a clown pleco in here, and then there's that killifish, which I'm kind of experimenting with the killifish right now because they don't usually do well in community tanks. So I'm going to try it in this tank, and if it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure out some other type of system or something. Alright guys, I'm back. It's been about an hour and a half since the eel has been in the tank. He seems to be doing very well. Everything else that I put in this tank is doing very well. I added the guppies and then all the ghost shrimp for him to eat. The only thing is that I'm probably not going to end up being up here when he does eat because there's so much food in there. He can snack pretty much whenever he wants, and I feel like whenever I'm not in the room is when he's going to eat. He currently moved from that little piece of driftwood that he was under, which is right there. He moved from there underneath these rocks. And I'm going to try to show you where he is because his head's kind of sticking out just a little bit. So I'm going to try to get you a little close up, and we are going to talk a little bit more about him and where they actually come from in the wild. And that's going to be a wrap for this video. Alright, so as you're coming up on my tank, you can see the bumblebee goat. There's 2 bumblebee gobies in here at the moment. Then I have 4 flounders. One of the flounders is sitting up right here. And the eel, you can barely see its tail and its head right there. This guy's doing very well so far. And then there's the lonely glassfish, which I'm trying to still cure of whatever this is. I'm still trying to figure out what is all going on with this guy. So this guy, the freshwater moray eel, as they call it, is not an actual freshwater eel. This guy specifically is the snowflake moray eel, which it's not the like marine snowflake that you'd see with all the cool colors and everything. This guy is a snowflake freshwater moray eel, as they would call it. Yeah, that guy's a beauty. They actually have some decent color on them, which is actually really cool. These guys come from estuaries and mangrove areas, up to 10 feet of water. They do go out into marine habitats every now and then they do end up in freshwater habitats quite often also. And the thing is, the people that import them catch them in a freshwater stream or something, and then they sell them as a freshwater flounder when eventually, or not a flounder, an eel, when eventually these guys will need brackish to marine environment as they get older. Now this guy will be fine in this brackish environment. He has a huge mouth, man. So I'm super excited to see how this goes. I'm very excited. This guy's kind of going to become my YouTube channel mascot. I'm super excited to see how he goes. I just need to get him a little more social, and this is going to be a lot of fun with this guy. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and we're going to talk about what I plan to do next. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. My next video is probably going to be on this killifish. Now I got that killifish that I showed you earlier in the video. We're going to do a little bit of talking about him, and if it's not about the killifish, maybe a fishing video. We're still trying to figure it all out. And this guy is doing very good. Probably a couple more weeks and we'll have our first clownfish pair in there. So I'm super excited for everything that's happening right now. We got the freshwater moray eel in the brackish tank over there. So we're super excited to see where everything is going to go here. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing the new freshwater moray eel that I have. I'm really excited too, as you can tell, to see how this does and just kind of study it. and learn a little bit more about these guys. Eventually, I would like to get a freshwater frogfish, and we'll talk more about that later. And that's going to be in the future. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to be the fish and get outdoors. I'll see you next time. Peace!